just outside my apartment this morning, and I'm doing my first live stream. Can you believe how stressful that can be? I've been in my apartment this morning cleaning, tidying up, having a shower, washing my hair, just to get ready so I can show you around. So I'm just going to wait a little while for people to join me. I'm outside in the hallway at the moment. I was going to show you outside around the building, but honestly, Essouira is so windy at the moment. It's just impossible. Sometimes it's hard to even stand up out there. So I think for today, it's going to be inside only, I'm afraid. So I will tell you a little bit about outside. So this is like a block, or quite a few blocks actually, I think. I don't actually know how many, but blocks of flats. So there's a lot of apartments here, and there are, I think, 2 or 3 gates to get into the area, and there are people there every day, so I can say hello to them. They're very friendly and they normally chat as you go by, but you know, they kind of keep an eye on who's coming in and out and make sure that it's only the people that are like living here that are able to come in and out. And there are gates out to the main road, and there's also a gate around the other side, which I think if you watched my video before, is like the quickest route to the beach, because this apartment is like maybe 5 minutes away from the beach, and maybe 10 or so minutes away from the Medina. And when it's not so windy, I'll do another live stream and I'll take you to the beach and I'll take you to the Medina while I'm here. So clearly I am back in Essouira. So I spent a bit more time in Essouira, but now I'm back here overseeing the work that's going on here. So I had a friend do that for me during Ramadan so that I could spend it with my Moroccan family in Essouira. Hello, my Moroccan family in Essouira, if you're watching. If you're not, why are you not watching? But now I'm back in Essouira, so that friend of mine is busy doing other things now, so I'm here to make sure that everything's fine. But I thought I would share with you what's going on in the apartment. So for those of you that watched before, you'll know what the apartment looked like, and there are some differences in now. So I'm just going to flip my camera, Salam alaikum, and I'm going to take you inside. There's a lady there just cleaning the hallway. So, ooh. Now, okay, so here we are in the apartment, and that's the door, obviously, and there's another door. So actually, if you look around, there are more doors over here. So I actually don't have any doors on the doors, if you see what I mean. They've taken them all off. And if you have a look at the doors, so they're all like that. I think if you watched the video the other day, you will have noticed one behind me. So all of the doors are like that. There's the mirror that I spend all my time looking in. And here's one of the bedroom doors, and the other bedroom. It's kind of difficult to get it all in. Maybe if I turn it up the other way. So I'm trying to get them all the same as this one. So this is the biggest difference, I think. So when I showed you this before, that was just like an empty space up there. But now it's become the 3rd bedroom. So we have like these shelves and these little cupboards here. And since I got back here the other day, I've been trying to find some like little door handles to go on here. and I can't find any anywhere. So if anyone's in Essouira and they know where I might be able to get some like nice, I'm thinking like ceramic or something like that, doorknobs, then let me know, message me and tell me where I can find them. So you can see as well, look, I've bought some things. There again, my hat, can you see my hat? So that's the one I bought in the souk in Essouira. And here, look, I've been busy over the last few days. I have these hinges, so when they took the doors off, of course they took the hinges off too. And look, they're covered in paint. Now, I don't know about you, it seems maybe to be a thing here perhaps, that they paint over them. And it's like, I don't really want my hinges painted like that. So I've been spending time over the last few days with a knife of all things, scraping the paint off. And I hope when they go back on the door that they're not just going to paint over them. And then I bought these. I found these in the Medina in Essouira. There's that one. A matching pair. And they're really lovely little dishes. When I bought them, they were kind of really dirty and grubby. But I brought them home and I got a cloth and cleaned them up. I bought them in the Medina. And I bought this in the souk in Essouira. And this is the like traditional, I can't remember what it's called. I don't remember the name of it. But it's a traditional, like old one that when you go for a meal somewhere in somebody's house, that they bring round for you to wash your hands before you eat. So, of course, the water goes in the kettle at the top, and then they pass it round the guests so that you can, like I say, wash your hands before you eat. So I've already started to put things on there. I think when they come back to finish that off, they'll probably want me to move all that stuff, but I just wanted it to feel a little bit like home. And you can see up there, look, I like to read. So that's the first book in my collection, I hope, my collection of books. I think if you remember, I showed you one of my favourite little places here is the bookshop in the Medina. So this is going to be the third bedroom. At the moment, of course, we have the back of the cupboard and the doorway, and you see we had to move the light switches. So the light switches were like outside the room and would have been behind the cupboard. So now we've moved them over there so that when you come into the room you can turn on the light. We've also had to move the plug socket here and that light up there, because in this corner here eventually there's going to be a wardrobe. So that will be the next thing. So once the doors are done and the partition is finished, then that will be the next thing, the wardrobe. So here is the old window. So this is a completely new window put in here. You can see the view out there today. You might see in a minute. You can see like there, look, the palm tree. It's just so windy. I think I've been here now for just over a week, and it's been like that since I got here, but I think it was like that as well, like a few days before I arrived. So I think everyone in Essouira is puzzling over the weather. So there's more frames here. All of this will eventually go, but it's all been taken out and replaced. So, yeah, it'd be nice to hear if anyone's got any ideas for what I can do in this room, because it's quite quite a big room, it will be. I have this light up here when it comes into focus. I'm not sure that I'm going to keep that. I don't know what you think. I don't really like it myself. But what should go in its place? What should I put there instead? So let's go and have a look. I think, oh, there's my orange coat. Seems quite recognisable when I'm out and about. You certainly can't miss me when I'm wearing it. And actually, a funny thing happened to me the other day. So the other day before I went back to Essouira, so the last time that I was here in Essouira, and I was in a cafe just having a coffee and cake, like you do, and I saw these two ladies, or more, I heard them actually, talking in English, and I thought, you know, there aren't that many of us here, so I should say hello. So I went over to them and just introduced myself, and they invited me to join them. And I just sat down and we were chatting, and I was talking about my horse riding that I was going to do, and this lady said to me, I knew you from somewhere, and she'd seen me on my YouTube videos, so it seems that maybe I'm famous in Essouira. Anyway, so there's the doors. So these are the old doors that they've taken off. Of course, that means, like, if you come round here, you see I've still got rubbish that I need to get rid of. That was from my last shopping spree. Oh, and a bit of broken glass there. So very kindly, when they did all the glass and everything here, they replaced a broken pane of glass for me. But you can see here, of course, that's where I'm sleeping at the moment, but I have no doors, so I'm having to put like a blanket up just to make sure that I don't get woken up by the light in the morning, because like here there are no curtains or anything, so in the morning the sun comes through. Got a message there from Robbie. I don't propose to talk about religion, so the first question I'm not going to enter into that. But do you like Muslims? Of course I do. I find with people generally, you know, it's not about whether you're a Muslim, it's not about whether you're British or Moroccan or American. There are some nice people in the world, and there are some people who are not so nice. So, you know, for me it doesn't matter what your religion is, what your nationality is. It just matters to me whether you're a nice person or not. That's what's important. So, I don't think on the last video that I did, I actually showed you the balcony. So I'm going to show you the balcony today. So, oh, I keep putting my finger on the camera. So this is the balcony, and it stretches sort of more or less along like 2/3 of the apartment maybe. So like down here is the bedroom. That's the one that I just showed you, and that's the one that I'm sleeping in at the moment. And then if we'd come round this way, that's the door to the salon. So the balcony goes more or less like 2/3 of the way along the apartment. But what I've done here is I have had it filled in. So before, when I bought the apartment, this was all open. You can see, look how windy it is. Look, there's the palm tree. And my goodness, it's just so windy. But yeah, when I bought the apartment, so this was like all open, and it just had like a rail along, which actually, like if I show you, the rails are down here still. So they took those off, and again, that's like rubbish that needs to be got rid of. But now that it's all filled in, so like when I stayed here the first time, I noticed, like, especially at night, the noise. It was really noisy here from the road, but also, like, down here was just like every other day covered in like dirt, black dirt from the road. The most annoying thing, I don't know if any of you have been to Essouira, they have the lovely carts and horses going up and down the road all day. It's like a taxi, I suppose, cheaper than the taxis, but they clip-clop up and down the road, and I'd never really noticed before. But when you're lying in bed at night, oh my goodness, the noise was incredible. Clip-clop, clip-clop, and then the traffic. So I decided to get the balcony filled in. So that was all done whilst I was away, because I think that was a big job, and you know, there was all this glass everywhere, and the apartment was full of stuff, so it was, I think, a good job that I wasn't here. And now that it's filled in, it is so much better. You can see as well, look, I have invested in Wi-Fi for the apartment. I got Inwi, I don't know, it seems like it's probably like a lot of things, chalk and cheese. So for some people, Inwi is better, for some people orange is better. I don't know, everyone has their own opinion, I guess. So yeah, basically at the moment, and look at this. This is the most amazing light, and I think maybe this is another one of those chalk and cheese things. What do you reckon? You either love it or you hate it. I have days where I actually think I could perhaps live with it, and then I have other days where I think, no, I can't live with that, I need to change it. But I'm really not sure what I'm going to change it to. So thoughts, suggestions, ideas. This is the bathroom. Haven't done anything in here yet. Let me turn the light on. Well, actually I did. I bought the bulb. Oops, I think I lost you for a minute there. All my toiletries. But it's got a bath, which is one of the things that I really liked about it. And I'm sure there are some things that we can do in there as time goes by. And I'll take you back up to this room. This is not a very organised tour, I'm going back and forth here. But actually as I see things, and look, I bought those in Marrakesh when I was there. Very nice. I love them. And here, put that light on as well. So this is like an ensuite shower room. And again, there's me and all my stuff cluttered up on the sink. So that's it, having tidied it up. This is the other bedroom, which you can see as well. I've got mattresses, but I haven't got any beds. So if anybody's a carpenter out there, maybe would like to get in touch and make me some beds for my mattresses, because I've got two single ones in here and I've got the other one in the other room. So this room's got like a big wardrobe behind those sliding doors, and all of the rooms, like here we've got a balcony at the back as well. It's a bit smaller, but like all of the rooms have got these like patio doors, and this balcony here is like narrower than the other one, but this is filled in as well. So look, you can see the other apartments, and there's that building there and that building there, and then there's 3 or 4 more as you go further that way. But again, look, like the wind, the palm trees are just blowing in the wind. And then this one goes along down here, and this patio door leads back into the kitchen. We'll go and have a look at the kitchen in a minute, because that's another thing that needs, I think, a little bit of work or something doing to it. So I haven't bought much, especially not in the way of furniture, but I did buy this. I don't know what you think. I thought it was rather lovely. I thought it was just like, this is quite a modern apartment, I suppose, and I was looking for ways of trying to make it a bit more like Moroccan. And when I saw that, I just thought the shape of it, right, what's going on? The shape of it, and you know, the dark wood, because I think probably I will, well, I don't know where I'm going to put it, but it does speak to me about Morocco. It's sort of that, it's like the doors. That's why I wanted these doors to be this kind of arched shape rather than just like normal doors. And I think probably the wood there, and again, I don't know, tell me what you think. I think it will be better darker, but I'm going to wait until it's finished before I decide. Getting some messages now. Doff effortless. Hi, how are you? How much it cost me? How much did what cost me? Probably not going to tell you how much the apartment cost me, if that's what you mean. But maybe some of the other things, if you want to know, I can tell you. So this is the patio door again out onto the balcony, and this is the kitchen. Again, for those of you that saw it before, you'll know it's this beautiful lime green, which again, when I posted some pictures on Facebook, some people were like, oh, it's really lovely, I love it. And other people like me were like, For me, it's like, in the UK, this was kind of like a popular colour back in the 70s. And maybe you could say that's retro, I don't know. But again, some days I look at it and think, yeah, actually it's not too bad. And other days I'm like, no, it's got to go. Because actually as well as the colour, there are bits of it that are kind of falling apart. The doors, you can see that door doesn't really shut properly. And if you look at these doors up here, so like when you open the door on the right, it bashes into the fan above the oven. And there's my tagine, look. Don't know if any of you watched me cooking the tagine. It wasn't actually that tagine that I used, but I have used that since I've been here. I made myself tagine the other day. And if I say so myself, it was very nice, but I did follow the recipe that I got when I videoed the cookery class. So, and there you can see in the background, look, my juicer. I was told every Moroccan home has to have a juicer. So I have a juicer in my home, and I actually have used it. So, you know, I did my Ramadan fasting challenge. Well, that went so well that I decided that I would also do the extra 6 days of fasting that you do after Ramadan. So I've done 3 already, and I have used my juicer for juice. So there we are. It did come in useful after all. Here's my fridge and my freezer, and there's the box that I still have. It will go at some point, I've been told. And then up here, look, this, when I was buying my fridge, I saw that in the shop. And my son, who lives in Japan at the moment, is an avid coffee drinker, and he loves fresh beans. So I thought I really have to buy that and put it here in my apartment so that when he is able to come and visit me, hopefully at some point in the future, when all this COVID stuff is gone, I can make him coffee. That's assuming I can buy the beans somewhere, of course. Now this, like this table I've had for ages. I bought it in Essouira and I brought it with me. But the chairs, I was without chairs until maybe about 3 days ago. And I actually bumped into somebody and we went and bought them and he carried them home for me. So thanks, Abdo. I owe you one because that's actually the second time that he's done that for me. He carried the mirror, which I think was way more difficult and much further. So thanks to him. I hope he doesn't think that every time I meet him it's because I want him to carry something home for me. And here is my little laundry. So I have my ironing board. Yes, I'm one of those sad people who irons things. And look, there's my iron as well. My washing machine, which I don't think I could be without. And some bits and pieces. So that is my apartment. And now I am going to make myself a cup of coffee. If I can manage to do that while I'm talking to you. So I need to move the tagine, that's the first thing I need to do. And then I'm going to sit down. In fact, I might just put this over here, lean it up against the tagine, flip the camera, and then you can watch me whilst let's move that out the way, whilst I try and balance my iPad and make a cup of coffee, one-handed. And then if anyone's got any questions, maybe I'll be able to actually read the questions and answer them at the same time. So, milk in the fridge. Feel free to join me. What's everyone doing? Where is everybody? It would be good to know where you're watching from and what's the weather like where you are? Because I think I've been talking quite a bit about the weather here. Well, the wind, I don't know about the weather. It's still quite warm, and you can see, well, can you see? Let's flip the camera again. You can see it's quite sunny out there. So it is quite warm in Essouira. It's just windy. It's just so windy. Everybody's talking about it, so it's not just me. Although I think as someone from the UK, we are known, aren't we, for talking about the weather? Because I think in the UK the weather kind of changes, like, well, you can wake up in the morning and it's freezing cold, and by the afternoon it's boiling hot and the sun's out, and then before you go to bed it'll be raining. So the weather is pretty changeable in the UK. Unlike my son in Japan, you know, he says to me, oh, like it's rainy month this month, so it's going to rain all month in June. I'm like, wow, I wish the weather was like that in the UK, and I knew that for a month it was going to rain. I needed to take my umbrella out, but in the UK, like pretty much any day, at any time of the year, it can rain, or it can be sunny, or it can snow. I know they've had pretty terrible weather in the UK lately, so it's almost summer there at the moment, and they still haven't had any nice weather. Like, I've just opened my cupboards. I'm going to show you my cupboard. Look, I bought these two little pots for cumin and salt, and then also I bought these egg cups, black and white, from a very nice man in the Medina. He's got all sorts of like ceramic stuff, so at some point maybe I will go back And fruits, look, always got fruit in the bowl, and try and buy that from the souk in the Medina. There's the milk for my coffee. My washing up bowl, look, no washing up in there, all done. And there, I'm back. So I'm just heating up the milk. I'm just going to have a drink of water. And that's my phone going off. Maybe I should turn that off. So, I need to watch this milk because otherwise, like the other day, I nearly boiled it over. So I'm just going to stand here and watch the milk. So as I said, where are you? Where are you watching, and what's the weather like where you are? Let me know. And maybe next time, if it's not so windy here, I can take you to the beach and show you what goes on the beach. What's everyone doing today? I don't know what I'm going to be doing later. Maybe cooking something for dinner. So I went out for dinner last night with the lovely June. If you're watching, June, hi, and thanks for dinner. It was amazing. But I'm not going out for dinner tonight. I'm cooking myself, so yeah. Hello everybody. Like, what are you doing today? What were you doing later? What are you going to have for dinner? Maybe give me some ideas of what I can have for dinner. So yes, one moment. It is the cost of the apartment, which I'm not going to tell you. I'm not telling you how much I paid for it. Know this much. I paid what I thought was a fair price, so I'm happy. Anna for Hannah. Anna for Hannah. Oh, unta. Let me practice my Darija. Or maybe that's not such a good idea. Maybe if someone's in Essouira and they can give me some lessons, that would be helpful. Because I think I've reached a point where I need some help. I know I don't know, I know lots of words. I know a lot of words, but putting them all together in a sentence is kind of like, I'm finding it harder than I thought. So, but practicing, I think, is the thing, isn't it? And you know, sometimes that's a bit difficult. Although I do try when I go out and buy my fruit and veg in the market. I do try to use my Darija. But you know, sometimes like I speak to them in Darija and they talk back to me in French. Because I think everybody like assumes that if you're not Moroccan, which I clearly am not, then you must be French. And so even if I try to speak Darija, often the response is in French. So yeah, note to all you people out there, if you see me in the street and I'm talking to you in Darija, talk back to me in Darija. I may well not understand you, but I need to learn. So what's going on with this milk? Is everyone else having a cup of coffee with me, or is it just me? Like, come on with all these questions. So I don't know, I mean, I have no idea who's watching. But if there's anyone out there who wants to come to Morocco, I think like the curfew on Friday, wow, the curfew was extended from 8 p.m, which it's been since Ramadan, but I think it was 9 p.m. before that. So really since Christmas, or before Christmas, in December, there's been a curfew in the evening. So people have been like in home early. And suddenly on Thursday, they announced that it was going to be 11 o'clock curfew. So I don't know about anywhere else where you guys are, but here in Essouira, the Medina was busy. There were lots of people out walking, like families out walking along the front, and in the Medina, people shopping, and people in the restaurants. And there's a place here called Taros, which is a kind of night spot, which again has been closed a lot lately because of the curfew. And there were lots of people in there eating and, just having a good time and just enjoying the fact that they didn't have to be back home by 8 o'clock. So tell me what it was like where you are. And I think now that the curfew's lifted, there are tourists coming in smaller numbers maybe than they did before, but I think gradually that will build up. And you may have noticed, if you've had a look at my Facebook page, that I'm connected to a travel company, Moroccan Madness Adventures. If you want to come and have some mad adventures in Morocco, then get in touch and let us know. I have an amazing tour guide who is linked to Moroccan Madness, and he will show you everything you need to see in Morocco, anything you want to see, and you'll have some mad adventures along the way. So, like I say, get in touch if you want to come. I think maybe now that the curfew has extended, more places will start to open up, more hotels, more restaurants, and more of the sightseeing places will open up again. Right, my milk's ready, so I'm just going to pour that into the cup. A little bit too much there. And I'm going to sit down with my coffee. I might even have a biscuit. Shouldn't really be eating biscuit, especially not now. It's almost lunchtime, really. And a bit of water, maybe. So yeah, if anyone's got any questions about coming here, then I will do my best to answer those for you. Let me get something to lean this up against. I'll do my best to answer any questions. Also, I got my residency card. Now, when was that? I think I applied for it in December and got it in about March time, I think. So if I can help anybody that's interested in getting a residency card, let me know what you want to know. Tell me what it is you want to know, and I'll see if I can answer your questions. It is a bit difficult, I think, with the residency card, because it does depend on your nationality for a start, and it depends where you apply. So I think sometimes the rules are slightly different, but I will do my best to help you out. And especially if you want to come here, I can tell you an awful lot about an awful lot of places in Morocco now, having been here. How many times have I been here? I think this is about my 7th visit, but this time, of course, I've been here for much longer, so most of my previous visits were fairly short, but this time I'm coming up to 9 months now, which I can't believe, and certainly when I came here last September, I didn't think I would still be here 9 months later, or at least I thought I would be here for a time, but I thought I would have been able to go home, maybe just for a short visit or something. But actually, of course, I haven't really been able to since I got here, so missing my family a little bit. But I will see them soon, I think. I think that in the next 2 or 3 months, maybe things will start to open up. So, hi Iman, nice to hear from you, miss you, hope to see you soon. Maybe I'll come to Beni Milal and visit you. Or maybe you can come here to Essouira and visit me. You know you're welcome. Marhaba bik Dima. So my Moroccan family have taken the place of my UK family. So even though I can't see them at the moment, I have a family here, and they know who they are, and I love them all. So couldn't have done this without you. No, say no more, or I'll start to get upset. So anyway, coffee. Nobody seems to have any questions today, so maybe it's lunchtime. Maybe everyone needs to go and have something to eat. So I've run out of things to say, maybe, and I need to eat a biscuit, and I'm not sure I want to do that live on YouTube. So I will say Bislama for now. I hope to see you again soon for my next live stream, maybe, or my next exciting adventure in Essouira. I'm not sure what that will be, although I have had an invitation to go to Eureka. So maybe my next video will be Nicola's adventures in Eureka. If there's anything you want me to video, anything you want to see here in Essouira or like the surrounding areas, let me know. I'll do my best to oblige. But for now, I'm going to eat a biscuit and finish my coffee. Oh, Rashid, that's so kind. I'm not alone in Morocco. I have a big family, and it does feel like that, I have to say. It's one of the things that made me decide to come here, and I think, or to come back here, shall we say, is that feeling of, I don't know, just that feeling that you're so welcome. I don't know if anybody saw me talking to Rashida Elg the other night. She asked me, what it was about Morocco. It's actually kind of hard to put it into words, but a big part of it is the hospitality, the kindness that, everybody I have met has shown me. And, even when I meet people in the street, I told the story on Wednesday night to Rashida of me getting a bit lost in Eight Ben Haddou and losing the family that I was with. And there was a group of people there, and I just kind of stopped and said, can you point me the way out? Because I couldn't figure the way out. And, one of them almost took me by the hand and walked me out of Eight Ben Haddou, talking to me all the way along and telling me about his family. And when we got back almost to the hotel, he invited me to go back to his house and have dinner. And, that's one example, but, there have been many where people I've met in the street have invited me back to their homes for food. So, I totally feel like I'm not alone. So thanks, Rashid, for pointing that out. And definitely, if I'm ever in the Sidi Mokhtar area, I'll get in touch and maybe we can meet up. So anyway, coffee and biscuits, and I'm sure lunch for you. So Bislama for now. See you next time, and thanks so much for joining me today. But also, any of you that have subscribed to the channel, thank you for your support and encouragement, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.